Hi everybody, sorry for the disruption in the background of my video, but I was getting blown up by about four of my friends. So I was getting blown up by like four of my friends, and then I realized, oh shit, I should message them back, and so I messaged them back. So what is going on with the comic book universe? Well, we are already going to tell you what's been going on with Madame Web because the reviews are already out. Even though the movie doesn't technically hit us until tomorrow, there's already been some controversy that I want to talk about. Madame Web already has a Rotten Tomato score, and the first reviews have already dropped. Okay, what's going on with this new controversial feminist movie called Madame Web? The feminist movie of Spider-Man we call Madame Web also debuts with a dismal Rotten Tomato score. Okay, what can this mean? Well, Madame Web is also disappointing Rotten Tomato score that continues the negative trend of Sony's Spider-Man universe movies. This was from half an hour ago, so bear in mind this is hot off the truck. Madame Web received disappointing Rotten Tomato score from early screenings from critics, pan-sizing and criticizing its reliance on generic superhero plot devices and lack of unique identity. This film is seen as a regression for superhero genres unfavored by that compared to Sony and their more imaginative animated Spider-Verse universe films. The box office predictions are not promising, indicating the lack of name recognition and fan excitement for a second Spider-Man characters. However, Madame Web debuts in a disappointing Rotten Tomatoes score, continues a trend on underwhelming critical reception for recent Sony Spider-Man universe films. Madame Web is the newest addition to the Spider-Man universe, although this reimagines the character only with the actress Dakota Johnson portraying the younger version of Madame Web. This plot finds Cassandra Webb investigating her future after a life-threatening car crash and basically leaves her with new powers to see events as they unfold. As she continues with this disorienting vision, she uncovers threats that put her own life in danger. The film attempts to establish a fresh take on the origin and the character. Critics highlight issues of relying too much heavily on generic superhero plot devices without any unique identity. However, with 51 reviews already in writing, Madame Web has a Rotten Tomato score of 18%. Madame Web has a Rotten Tomato score of 18%, indicating that overwhelmingly negative critical reception. Many critics highlight the film feels like a regression than a step backward, for the superhero genre and franchises already face accusations for creative stagnation from audiences. Negative comparison is widely made between the film and the superior reception of the Sony's animated Spider-Verse films, which demonstrate how far more imaginative those approaches were compared to now. There is now a sense that the animated films capture more creativity of comic books than the last Sony live-action projects, also far lag behind the complexity of some of their Marvel Cinematic Universe counterparts. The Madame Web box office predictions suggest the film theatrical earnings could range anywhere between the 56 to $101 million mark. This figure likely concerns the production studio, now given the movie's reported budget was $80 million. This main issue seems to be with secondary Spider-Man characters that nobody knows because people don't read comic books anymore, so people just want to be biased about everything. So excitement build up around them, not so much. Audiences are not sold on spending money on these movies, so Sony needs to clean it up in order to have a successful shared universe. But the connection is clearly not working. So overwhelming negative critical reaction also implies necessary change to Sony's universe, as they assess future Spider-Man spin-offs and sequel plans, prioritizing the fresh ideas and compelling stories that actually follow the formula projects that might have improved the critical reception to audience interest, rather than bankrupting everybody at the same process. Superficial connection to beloved characters, infusing them with films to make rich characters more depth and creative visuals that make comic books so more engaging could help transform future efforts. But for right now, these abysmal Rotten Tomato scores will ever say so otherwise. So Madame Web follows recent Sony films as they suggest they have wasted perfect potential. They have wasted perfect potential. They wasted potential. This already hits again tomorrow, and there's already been some really very heavy backlash. So again, this Rotten Tomato score is 18%. So with a Rotten Tomato score of 18% and the movie still comes to theaters tomorrow, there's probably a really big chance that Madame Web is going to be the next and big Marvel bomb. And if you thought Captain Marvel 2, The Marvels, was a huge bomb, now look at Madame Web. That's a Sony movie, and it's still going to bomb. So that's just telling you where the audiences feel. They feel like this is not what they deserve, and they deserve better. So Sony, Marvel, and everybody else, if you better be paying attention to what the fans want, and not just keep on crafting and experimenting and changing all this shit to how you want it. Actually listen to people and actually try to make the universe with the movies more interesting. I'm saying this as a concerned fan myself for over 20 years. I've been watching all these movies, and yet it always keeps spiraling down, and it always comes firing down that this universe is not working. Clearly, Sony, you are not doing well on your universe. I'm sorry. The only good things on your universe so far is the Spider-Verse projects. That's it. That's it. That's the only income makers you're having. It's the Spider-Verse. The animated Spider-Verse. I'm sorry to say this, Sony, but that's the truth. As a fan myself, for you and with everybody else has been in the universe, I want to respectfully say and not be biased to you at all. I think you should pay more attention to what the people want, not what you want, and try to take some more time and actually dive into the details before you make a movie and then waste all this potential and talent. That's why I'm saying you should try to take more time and energy in studying the characters first before you drop like a ton of fucking money on a movie no one's gonna see. Okay, so that's my thought. You guys have a nice one. If you agree, let me know, and you have a nice day.